Indian market is about 10,000 crores every day. Okay. So that's the USD INR part of it. So it's a large volume market. All right. Now, when there is large volume, the biggest problem that arises with large volume is small mistakes. High volumes, small mistakes. Okay. And the small mistakes could be calculation mistakes. It could be skipping a date. It could be putting in the wrong operational details and stuff like that. But that's something we'll come back to a little later. Okay, so FX markets are different, very different. All right. And we'll see how it is different. And we'll see how it is different. This is the currency pair, okay, PAIR, which means that one currency is always quoted against another currency. When you go to Sabzi market, I'm sure none of you all go to Sabzi market.
फॉरेक्स ट्रेडिंग का फ्री ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं ना
Because
That
you're
is
all
funny. I don't know why. I would
because
request everyone, please be on mute. If there is any disturbance from now onwards, I'll ensure that you're removed. I'm really sorry to say, but this is very disturbing for a trainer.
So we all don't go to the Sabzi market anymore because we are all ordering only on Blinkit and uh, Zepto, etc. But if you do go to the Sabzi market with your parents, you find that 1 kilo bindi is 80 rupees or something like that, right? So it's one commodity versus currency. If you go to the stock market and you want to buy a TCS share, you pay 3,500 rupees, you get one share. So everything else is denominated against the rupee, against the INR. But in foreign exchange, it's different. It's one currency that is quoted against another currency. And this is what causes the entire confusion amongst participants. And I've noticed this and I keep asking these trick questions so that they are less confused and more clear about these aspects. Okay. So when we're writing the notation like this, euro slash front slash USD, what does it mean? Now, many of us have learned, most of us, in fact, all of us have learned maths up to a particular level, and we know that this is the way a fraction is expressed. And so you get confused that this is numerator, this is denominator. Do not think of it like that. Think of it this way, and then all your confusion will be cleared. The base currency over here is EUR. Okay, so when you're working in investment banks or in hedge funds doing forex settlements, you'll come across a lot of trade slips where the currency is quoted like this. So immediately you should tell the base currency is EUR. EUR stands for euro, which is the currency of the common currency of the Eurozone. All right. On the other hand, the quoted currency is USD. What are we saying here? That means we are saying that we're telling you 1 euro is giving us how much USD. Okay. Is this clear? Absolutely clear this should be. This is because if this confusion comes to you while settling the trade, you will mix up the numbers and then you'll be looking out for wrong amounts in your Nostro account for consolidations. And then you'll come up in the reconciliations. So be clear that when we are talking about any currency, we are always referring to two currencies. It is quoted in this manner, which looks like a fraction but is not a fraction. The base currency is EUR. The quoted currency is USD. And over here, we're telling you 1 EUR is equal to how much USD. All right. Now, from now onwards, till the end of the session, only think about the base currency. Okay. So if USD INR goes from 80 to 90, the USD has appreciated. All right. So think base. Once you think base currency, all your problems will be solved. All your mental confusions will be resolved because you will understand that you're not only thinking about both of them at the same time. It's just like bindi. If you go to the sabzi market and you say that the price of the bindi has increased from 80 to 90, you say bindi has become expensive. You don't say rupee has become weak, right? So there, similarly, you use the base currency for getting this clarity in your mind. Okay? Is this clear? Fine. This is one of the most, and I've seen people who are doing even second level CFA L2 levels, and they get confused in Forex quotations. And I'm like, look, in Forex markets, it's quoted differently. So please don't get confused about it. Okay? FX market quotations are again continuing with very different things. Again, they are different. So we are saying over here, Euro USD is equal to 1.17. The base currency is Euro. The quoted currency is USD. 1 euro is, it implies 1 euro is equal to 1.17 USD. Okay, activity. If 1 euro is equal to 1.17 USD, then 1 USD is equal to how much euro?
The beauty of indirect quote.
So I
Guys,
told you
please use your mind. Oh, there
yeah,
is an answer. Answers are flowing in.
yes. I
No,
told you I'm not politician. I don't come here to give bhashan.
no, very good. Much needed. But one line which I really like, don't say the rupee has depreciated.
Yeah, Windies become costly.
I'll use that in my LinkedIn post, maybe.
Go ahead.
Okay, we have answers.
Okay, let me just check that. Yeah,
0.85, 0.8547 precisely, 0.85, 0.85, 0.854, 0.86, 0.85. So close enough.
close enough. Very
Yeah.
good. Excellent.
Good
Somebody in
genius
the
people are
chat
not
session.
sleeping.
Yes. Somebody in the chat amongst our participants, can you just write out the formula over there in the chat box for the others? How you do the conversion? Yes. 1 divided by 1.17. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. Okay. So this is what is the think base. Always think base currency only. Are all currency quotations the same? No. Last year, I went to Vietnam for a vacation because everybody told me Vietnam is a very, very beautiful country. And yes, over there, we found that the VND, which stands for the Vietnamese dong, $1 is equal to 26,300 Vietnamese dong. Okay. So when we see rupee going from little bit, we are not anywhere near what other currencies are quoted like Vietnamese dong or Indonesian rupiah, IDR, which are very, very much multiples of the dollar. Look at it. $1 is 26,300. And that's why Vietnam is filled with American tourists because everybody out there is looking out for a good deal because it's so inexpensive as from them, from their point of view. Okay, not from the Vietnamese point of view, but from the dollar quotation. So every currency is different. And it's because of this we find that the currency markets are very volatile, extremely volatile. Every day, the trades that take place impact currency movements across the world. Like in 2025, Argentina decided to revalue its currency. Last year, you would have heard about Sri Lankan rupee crashing right up to 350 rupees to a dollar. You would have heard about the Pakistani rupiah, which had also crashed very dramatically earlier this year. So, currency volatility is a direct impact on the inflation and local happiness quotient. of the residents. Okay, but we are not going to talk macroeconomics. We are only over here to talk about trading and settlement. So we'll talk about that.